Okay, you guys, today we got a real special guest. He's one of the most controversial people on the internet that commands so much attention. I'm talking about the one, the only Hassan Campbell. What's good with you, Hassan?
Hit him in the head with the headshot. What up? What up?
Yo, you be killing me when you be saying that, bro. Like I see the reactions and how people react when you say that.
Yeah, man. Everybody's the same. I had to bring some different flavor to the internet. Everybody's the same.
Right, right. So how you doing today, man? What's good with you?
Man, God gave me another day to live, to breathe, to fight, to speak life into my people. So that's what we doing.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, you can't ask for anything else than that, right? That's the
Right.
best thing when you wake up in the morning. So, with my interviews, I really like to paint an image of someone and help the people understand them on a deeper level. So you grew up in Bronx River, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you grow up with both of your parents? Did you have any siblings?
Now I grew up my pops, he was on dope. You know what I mean? My pops told me he was on dope since he was 13, but a lot of people didn't know it. So he was tied up in the game. He was a fiend. And mom's was, struggling to raise 6 kids.
Wow. So you had five siblings. Were you the youngest, the oldest?
Well, the second oldest on my mother's side, because my father had children too. I have siblings, that come from my father as well. But for the most part, with Mom Dukes, it was six of us. So yeah, I'm the second oldest with as far as my mother's children.
And what kind of household did you grow up in?
I would say dysfunctional. Just like most people in the hood, dysfunctional. When you hear people in the hood say, "Oh, I was outside busting my gun at 13 years old," your mother was dysfunctional, your father was dysfunctional, your household was dysfunctional.
Right, because functional household would not have you out there doing that. You would have been checked.
Right. A functional household will have you will have a babysitter at 13 years old. You're not watching yourself. You're not raising yourself. But so a lot of people are dysfunctional. Our whole community is dysfunctional. But we gonna definitely get into that.
Right. And would you say that it was like you guys, like you and your siblings, like raising each other?
I mean, my mother was there. This time she wasn't there.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, she was doing like single mothers do. At times we had a stepfather there. And at times that we didn't have nobody but just her. And she still was gonna live her life just like the rest of these females.
Right. And did you like you said that your dad was a fiend? Did you like witness a lot of things like with him using, or like he just wasn't around entirely?
He really wasn't around. I mean, I seen episodes of my father. He'd come to my house, OD on drugs, and my mother got to call an ambulance and get him up out of there. Yeah, I've seen little things. For the most part, he wasn't really around like that.
So for you being a small kid and witnessing that, like what was that like for you? What kind of like reaction did you have to that?
I mean, when I was a kid, I really didn't understand. I understand more now than what I did then. So, me being a kid, I always wanted my dad around. I couldn't understand why at that time why he wasn't around. As an adult, now I understand and I see as I replay everything, I can fully understand the whole situation.
Right, but I mean like that had to be so traumatic to see like your dad being pulled out on the stretcher and everything and you being confused, like you're not at the level to be able to process what's going on, right?
I mean, I guess for me, it was just life. You had to deal with it. It was no other way. You had to deal with it.
Right. And that's kind of crazy because in the hood you start to normalize things that really aren't normal because it's like kind of like a regular occurrence that you see, right?
Right.